for a few
Irish?
minutes? Not yet.
Irish.
She better not be hanging around here. She knows not to poke her nose down here. Sorry. The ghosts aren't on the payroll. I can't make them do anything. So I'm going to see if something else pops up around that whole Irish piece to see if the other ghost we're going to be discussing later on, if that's a tie to her, and I'm going to have a chat with her tomorrow. Because again, she needs to stay out of this area. Yeah, she needs to stay where she's supposed to be. She's kind of a... I don't know how to put it. But anyway, everybody spread out. Shawn, you stick with me.
What were the 4 questions again?
Her death.
Her death.
Age,
Age.
cause, where, or present.
It says, and I don't know which way. If it's object or object.
Yeah.
Oh,
And for her to like stay in her lane. It's okay. I'm on a good rapport. She's fine. She'll be perfectly fine. Alright, so with your, like I said, she's living in so sensitivity is down below the red line. There are 3 different types of sensitivity that you can work with, but the other 2 on the right and the middle are for indoor purposes. Okay.
Up to 30.
time we're in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't stop it until we're leaving a space.
Okay. Let me check this corner out with that. Tree.
Anything else out of yours?
I heard 700.
Oh, the pole. We didn't have pole. Oh, I just.
No, that's good though.
No, it's good.
I had 3.7 for the pole, but I.
You're not showing up now. Oh, there you are. Oh, I can get you some of the arms. Nice. I keep getting the tree. Occasionally. Maybe not. Anything around? Trash can. A false alarm. Another trash can. Oh, flies. trees. Oop.
Yeah, let's go talk about this. Let's get everybody's group to the back. Let's get away from this. Give me the last three words.
Surge, power, flight. And then it was influence and zero.
Finn, anything else?
2.6, we can sit over there. That's really it.
Okay. Sean, you got anything, nothing spelled out at all? Okay. No initials either?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
ELP.
No ELPs.
Okay. All right, so we got a couple of interesting things going on here. You know, again, I try to just do one round robin to show the respect here to Eliza. So let's kind of, if you have a video camera, by all means, go ahead and stop it. Give your hands a break. And
Oh, we got bodies going there. Look at that picture. There we go. Let me get Scott.
see the different versions, how are they portraying things, because I like to go with the editor don't go. I know, that's kind of a misnomer considering we just walked into this space. But this is actually the space I'm retiring after this year. Like, I'm actually adding in a murder mystery that's never been solved in Charleston. So that'll be next year's edition. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. So what have we heard? What have we seen? What do we got going on?
62 and accused.
Sure.
I got swim.
Swim.
I think that's for me. It's so hot.
I think we're all swimming.
I think I heard found you as well.
Here's service.
Service. Did you get anything else out of that along the way?
I just now got service.
Okay. Anything at all? Yeah. All right. Do a fresh reset with the big read button at the top. Earlier. Turn off. Turn on. Yep. And you're going to be looking for the initials RI specifically in this location, and I'll explain that in just a moment. Okay. I always like to give you at least the preamble of what we're looking for. Those of you with cameras, you can hit the record button. Just keep it hanging down low, just like what you're adding. So perfect. So when that other tour comes up this way, because we're going to have to come up this way, we're just going to split the seas, let them go on through, and then we're going to get back to it. So, and it's really warm down here, so I'm going to breeze through this one if you guys don't mind. It's super hot. It was really hot down here last night, too. I just didn't know how it was going to go. And let's not ask Kira how hot it is, because she's going to tell us 12 times. So,
It's 68, yep.
this is an awesome group. When I get to joke around with you guys like this, and I I get to have a good time. Yeah. Not to say, I mean, I go something for a living. It's always a good time, but it's not always super fun. Like it's always, you know, sometimes dead serious. But anyway, this place is Philadelphia Alley. This used to be called Dueller's Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. And I say some because dueling was illegal. They always had to find a hiding spot. So this happened to be one of those hiding spots. Every tour that comes down here tells the same story. I'm going to give it to you a little bit differently, just because you're ghost hunting. We're not doing campfire and marshmallow like those guys down there. So you need a little bit more detail. So here's how it goes. The doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. There's your first RI. It's going to be relevant in one of two ways. He moves down here. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. Those of you listening on Spirit Boxes, if you guys hear the song Brown Eyed Girl, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name. You get it all the time. So again, that's kind of how that goes. But anyway, Dr. Ladd moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. So he comes to Charleston to prove that he's not. He's going to start his medical practice down here after he graduates his med school. So he comes into town, and the coachman that brought him in set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay in Charleston. But somebody was walking by, seeing what was about to happen because he knew the coachman. The guy who's seen what was about to happen, his name was Ralph Isaacs. Stop there because Ralph has the same initials as where the doctor came from. So this is exactly why I bought the device that's in your hand. We were getting the letters RI all the time from the red spirit boxes, and I didn't know if it was just a misnomer or like was I mishearing it, so I bought the device.
I don't know if Ron means anything, but it went straight from Ron to Derek Stab.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and split the cheese for these folks. We'll split the seas for you, good sir. How are you?
And then before that, there was Daddy, and then you mentioned the dead parents getting so.
When did you get the words down?
Right now, like right when I said it.
Secondary group come through. It looks like. Up there? Perfect. All right. We don't have to split the seeds anymore. All right. So the word stab is actually relevant. That's bleed over from our next space, like into where we're standing. It's actually across the street. So hopefully we're going to get more to kind of clarify that whole piece about stabbing, but we're going to get back to Dr. Ladd. Dr. Ladd tells the doctor, dude, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. I'm going to take you to 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from friends of mine, and you'll be safe and good to go. Doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point that he's not after Amanda's cash flow. So Amanda gets wind of this, that the doctor's making his own money, and she's coming down so they can get married. And Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. Here's what I'm going to tell you about whistling ghosts. Every haunted city has a cliched whistling ghost. Ours is a doctor. Just going to put that out there. There is proof of this one. Hopefully we capture evidence from it tonight, but it's not every single night that it does occur. So Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They cannot sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the way the hierarchy works for the city of Charleston. Dr. Ladd gets better seats. We talk about these plays on the way home. One night they go see Richard III, not Derek III, by the way, or Ron, and they're arguing on their way back about the new actress that was here in town. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph didn't. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It gets very ugly. They go their separate ways. I already told you that Ralph has friends here around town. He goes to his friends at the newspaper. He puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of Dr. Ladd. Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society, you jerk, right? Slap, slap with a glove kind of mentality. Now, Dr. Ladd saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueller's Alley. We're going to settle this once and for all. So they came down, they took their 10 paces away from each other, they turned, the doctor pointed his gun in the air, and he shot. He didn't want to kill his friend, he just wanted to have the courage to show up to the fight, which is often what happens at a duel. But Ralph has this one bullet in his flintlock. He puts it in the kneecap of the doctor. The doctor doesn't die, but he falls to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later after refusing medical treatment on November 2nd of 1786. I will point out that it is 1786. He refused medical treatment because gunshot wounds were a lot different back then. He probably just tried to bleed out the bullet wound himself. What do you have?
I don't know if it kept on 86.
Awesome. I'll take notes and take a look at it and see what we got going.
How it says yard. How far is the distance be for a door?
It's 10 paces.
Okay.
So that would be, so a pace in militia format is 3 feet.
Okay.
So that would be 30 feet one way, so that would be 60 feet total.
This is probably nothing, but it was a jumble of leathers, but it did have Igor
consecutive when it has shown up in the past. I know you're looking at the name Igor, but I can't find an Igor in any of the history that I tell. Not that it doesn't mean anything, but nothing that I'm relevant. Igor. That's why. We're saying it wrong, Sean. It's Igor, damn it.
Young Frankenstein, sorry.
So, by the way, every ghost story comes down here and tells you to listen for the whistles. We're using 2 video cameras right now, plus my voice recorder. If a whistle's going to show up, it's going to be on one of those 3 devices. If you're going to come down here and try for yourself with the voice recorders from your phones and go all the way through here, I can't take you all the way through because I've actually been kicked out of here. We're going to talk about that in just a second because that's the fun part of the story. But anyway, keep in mind every local knows the story. If you do hear something in the background, anybody that walks up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street, we all throw a whistle down the alley.
Of course you do, I would too.
Exactly, especially since it got kicked out of here. Here's how that part goes. So, this alley didn't go all the way through this way. There was a wall halfway between us and Cumberland Street. The reason why is because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. This was called Cow Alley before it was Philadelphia, or before it was Stuller's Alley. So that means that the bricks on the other side are older than the ones we're standing on. They were laid first. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child at the end of this alley, along with fingerprints, wipes, and others. I used to take my group all the way through here. And one specific night, I used to take them through there because I also, keep in mind, I treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That kid's not going to be there. It's the last place you're going to find him, right? So, November 26th of 2020, we're walking down the alley, and I pointed out, and everybody wants to huddle and wait to see what's going to happen out of all the gear I handed out that night. I know nothing's going to happen. I'm trying to shoot them along. Also, because it's outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I was just trying to be respectful, not realizing I was out of bounds for tours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Says you are.
Does it say you are? I'm not now. So, the new owner of that mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because she was on the tour that night and her dad's getting yelled at. She's laughing her ass off. So, we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't do Thanksgiving simply because I worked in upper management for Walmart for a good part of 20 years. Most of you can understand why I'm never working another Thanksgiving in my life. So, the next day was Black Friday. I get a hold of my partner that I had at the time. I told him what happened 2 nights prior, and he said he's laughing too. And he says, "Dude, you can't go down that far. You're not allowed. You're only allowed to go down halfway, or you got to reroute the group." I decided, because I'm full again, I'm going to reroute the group and try to avoid the whole situation. I told my group I don't believe in the next story because I've never had anything happen there, and I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. Yes, we're going to be discussing piracy next. So, before we left, somebody with a spirit box, here's the name Anne on their spirit box. I didn't tell them which pirate we were going to be discussing. The famous female pirate, Anne Bonny. So I was kind of like, all right, maybe we got something going on. Yeah, we get up and around the corner, and somebody else hears the number 300 coming out of theirs. I don't know what it means. I write it down because, again, I didn't know much about piracy at the time. I'm doing the research the next day. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720.
Oh, wow.
We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. Yeah, that's the reaction I normally get. I was pissed off. Let me tell you why. First off, master's degree in creative writing and English, right? I still need facts and data when I'm writing my fiction, and especially when I'm investigating. Pirate stories are based off the pirate lore that was written 100 years after the fact of when it actually occurred. That's where I have a problem, because now I have to read even more to be able to verify what the hell's going on.
I can tell you some good books in Carnival.
I probably already read them. Half my library now, and I'm talking library, is books on piracy. That shows you how much I dove into this to make sure what we're discussing is accurate. So, lo and behold, everything that we're going to be discussing, you guys probably already heard this morning. But at the same time, it is a hit or miss location. Anne Bonny is said to be seen up and around that corner, but we're also going to be looking for the lead over from here. So, did you get any numbers in this location at all?
Not really. There was a 7 for a second, but mostly zeros.
So that 7, I forgot to tell the 2 of you because we kind of, where are you? He's hiding from me. This location, you're near lampposts. We will get 5 to 7s in here. So I usually say 7 is your baseline. Give me everything above that. But if you went up to a 7, you get my point. But hopefully we're going to learn a lot about piracy that you never knew before, or didn't learn from your parrot guy that had the absent parrot from before. What have we heard along the way? Or like while we've been in here?
I heard 280.
280.
I just
I heard
heard
860.
860 and 280.
Lost. I just heard lost.
She has the phrase "you are." Maybe we are lost.
Yep, it's been there for a while now. It hasn't changed.
280 and 360.
860.
860. All right. So we're gonna get out of this hot alley. We're gonna go up and around the corner and stay out of all the other Pirates Way, the other tours way. But again, for those of you with cameras, if you want to continue filming, by all means do so. We're just going up and around the corner. But let's go learn about some rated R pirates. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Nobody got my punny?
Arr.
My daughter would be killing me right now for coming.
Arr.
Actually, pirates didn't say R.
You just talk a lot about that.
Find you the 15 books I read and said that they didn't say R. Kevin. Kevin.
I wish our hotel had a pool. Something jumping.
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, it's like
Heavy tonight.
last year's the last days on fire.
Drew Carey? Really? I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Hear it at all. Come on, Papa Bear. Whoops.
Oops. I thought I knocked something over.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
I'm working. Like, it's just a running joke in the house.
Yeah, I said watch Triple N. That was like, why? Again, I mean,
I'm trying to think, like, it's probably gotta be like,
really? Wow.
yeah. Like, it's pretty in-depth. Alright, so I'm gonna take a break from that heavy bag because you guys did not take out all the gear. What have we got going on the word list? You haven't given me anything since the word.
Yell. Well, right before yell, it was a hole, and I think it was telling me to watch out for the hole.
Okay.
And now it's yell.
Yell. Anything? Sean, any numbers? Nope. We're gonna get all Finn. Your numbers? Anything?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, and then before that was public. After you are, it was public and yell.
Wait, maybe it's like the Disney words and stuff. I don't know.
Maybe. It's a stretch, but I would want more specifics. Like what initiative? That would be very specific. So, considering what you already know, Sean, I guess they want you looking for the initials AB and MR. So that's what we have found in the past with your specific device. Let's see who else needs to be looking for things. So, EMF in this location is definitely not the Pinckney Mansion site. So when we do separate, because we will, once I go through the history here, getting closer to that side of the front is, so for Sean and Finn, don't get excited because the electrical poles and the parking meters on the other side. So it's normally within the middle area and on this back half is where I get excited, and that is your new baseline of 2.5 and higher. So we're starting down at the original baseline of 2.5. So we're here because he's around. So every tour, did they detail the Anne Bonny story here?
No.
Just a random
Steve
places.
Bonnie.
Steve Bonny?
No, it was a,
Oh, was Anne Bonnie the poet?
yeah. It's the one again.
Mark Manny? Mark
Yeah.
Manny?
Yeah. Mary. That was one.
That's okay, I'll talk where he remembers it.
It has this one. It was a lot of pirates.
I'm sure it was.
Our pirate tour had
Okay, Drew, calm down. I still hear it, and you know why? You know why I'm putting that together is because I've been stuck in a hotel for 3 weeks, and my wife, on purpose, leaves the damn prices right on every morning. Like, she's off to work, I wake up with the dogs, and there's Drew Carey staring me right in the face with his Drew Carey voice, and there it is.
The host?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just remember him from a long time ago.
yeah, he's the host now. All right, so we're all here. Well, no, most tours come by and they want to tell you about the Powder Magazine. We are also going to discuss the Powder Magazine, but we're going to look at it in a much different light. So that building, by the way, those are not crosses on that building. Those are earthquake bolts. If you don't know what that is, it's a turnbuckle that goes all the way through the roof in the event that we actually have another earthquake like what we did in 1886, which we have not. And you can tighten them up, and it's supposed to tighten up the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. Who said they were from California? Yeah, you already know that that doesn't work because every time I get Californians, they usually laugh their asses off at me whenever I talk about this.
Oh, that's
You guys have seen them all over town in the Charleston Charm and shaped pineapple heads and lion heads and all that. But anyway, The reason why we're here is because of those earthquake walls. They're the first set of earthquake walls that Charleston ever put in. The reason being is because that building is the gunpowder magazine, and it is the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. Part of the reason why we're here discussing pirates is because this building was being constructed at the same time that Anne Bonny was coming here to start her new life. It is what I call a familiar. You guys all watch the TV shows where they use the Boo Buddy teddy bear ghost guy, right? And they got the K2 EMF meter built into it. It's the same principle. They use that to attract children ghosts. We use this because it's something Anne would recognize the same way the child will recognize a teddy bear.
I found her.
Is that what it says?
What is it?
I found her. That's an interesting piece. So, 1708 is where the history begins with Anne coming to this area. So again, you guys can correct me based on the Eric guide later on if you want to, but I'm going to go through the spiel. So 1708, there's basically a lot of twists here. I'm going to slow down on the twists so that way you guys can actually grab them because we're talking about a kick-ass female pirate. So, back in Ireland, 1708, a young lady moves here by the name of Anne Cormac. She comes here with her father and his mistress. The mistress is Anne's mother. Are you guys with me so far? There are a couple of head nods. So, let me get
24 to 14.
So the three of them are coming here to get away from her father's angry wife. So you got the point that he cheated on his wife and had a baby? All right, got it. Perfect. So sometimes I have to really slow down on that one, believe it or not. Anyway, they landed in Georgetown. Dad bought a plantation. Mom died pretty quickly. That means Dad is now sending young Anne down here to be able to sell anything from the plantation to help keep things afloat. Hence the familiar building. So back home in Ireland, they say Anne was a badass even back then, that she killed or stabbed a servant with a knife to the belly. Again, when she was like 7, 8, 9 years old. So again, you had the word stabbed earlier. I was waiting for the word knife, belly, stomach, anything along those lines.
Well, then I had Irish earlier.
You did have Irish earlier. And that was also the same person that was going to be, like I was talking, like she needs to stay in her lane, which is way over here. So I actually put something else together. You did have the word reading. So a companion for Anne later has the last name of Reed. Spelled the exact same way. But anyway, back to Anne. We're going to fast forward. The building's set in 1713. By 1715, pirates are starting to come through Charlestown. Anne's pretty stoked. She's going to fall in love so she can earn her freedom, just like a man. So, first guy she falls in love with. And I said first because there's a handful, and again, that's what makes this story on my end so damn interesting. So first guy is James Bonny. You already see where this one's going, right? Dad didn't approve because he's a filthy pirate. They ran away to Jamaica, and they got married. And Cormac is now Anne Bonny. That's where the pirate name came from. However, she realizes that James Bonny, her new husband, is not Captain Jack Sparrow like she was hoping. This guy turns out to be a privateer. He's a spy for the British. So this is not the guy she wants. He's a coward. So a few more years go by and she falls in love again. This is John Rackham, but everybody calls him Calico Jack. This is the guy they based your Johnny Depp character off of, just so you know who this guy really is. So Calico Jack has his own ship, he has his own crew. Anne wants to be part of that crew, but you can't put a girl on a pirate crew. Does anybody know why? Keep it family friendly.
Yeah.
Why?
They do things so very nice.
No.
No.
Bad luck.
Oh.
Exactly. That's why I say keep it family friendly. So, and that's exactly why I throw that question back to you guys. And when there's little kids on the tour, I make sure I don't throw that question back to you guys. I hear some nasty answers, dude. Anyway, so she wants to be part of the crew, but he makes a deal with her. So if you dress like a guy and look like a crew, you can be part of the crew, but you're going to be a female in my quarters. She's okay with this. Why? Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy apprentice back home in Ireland to hide her from his wife. She gets it. Like, it's a man's world. She just wants to be a pirate. But we're all adults here. Let's put two and two together. She's a female in Calico Jack's quarters. She's eventually going to get pregnant. You cannot have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. Somebody's going to figure out that she's a female, and then they're going to get rid of Jack as captain by voting him off. So Jack drops her off in Cuba. Go have the baby here, come back later, we'll figure it out later. So she goes and has that baby, returns without a child. We have no idea what happens to the baby, by the way. No amount of books or pirate tour guide is going to be able to tell you what happens to this child because nobody knows.
Ulcer.
She comes back dressed as a female. And this makes Jack very angry. Why? Because now his crew is going to know he let a girl on the crew. To make him even more mad, she's going to go flirting with the pirate crew that he just captured down below deck. We're on guy number 3, in case you lost track. Guy number 3 turns out to be a female dressed like a guy to be part of the pirate crew that Calico Jack just captured. Her name is Mary Reed. So if I mark Reed, you become a pirate. Her and Mary became friends, possibly lovers. We're not going to really know for sure, but the British find out where they are. They send a fleet of Navy ships to come take down one measly little pirate ship. Anne and Mary were the only two pirates, and this is a rumor, by the way, that they were the only two pirates not drunk enough to come up and fight with one-bullet flintlocks. Probably because they didn't know how to use the cannon. Because they hadn't been pirates for very long. That's not going to work out so well. 2 days with flintlocks, they're going to get overthrown and get arrested. As they're being arrested, Anne looks at her captain, her beau, Calico Jack, and she says, so sorry to see you here, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog. So the word dog shows up all the time on your communication devices, just so you know. I've even had people have reports of dogs barking before we even entered the space. So kind of take that for what it is.
I had a
Now,
cat earlier.
all about dogs. Of course. Of course. Anyway, the judge, he wants to see the two quote-unquote men that fought back so valiantly on their own. He's already tried and hung Calico Jack and the Drunken Pirates that wouldn't fight, so they're dead and gone. The two young ladies go in front and reveal their gender, hoping to save themselves. The judge doesn't give a shit that they're female. They're pirates. They're gonna hang them. That's how things go back then. They scream to him, "We plead our bellies." Basically screaming that they're pregnant. You can't hang a pregnant woman at 1720. It's illegal. So he sends them both back to jail and delays the hanging. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails out Anne and brings her home. She remarries. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4, because we're going to count Mary, and we don't really know exactly, what his name was. She has 4 kids and dies at the age of 84. It's very abrupt because we don't know much about her after her pirate career. Some say that she stayed here in South Carolina. Others say she went up to Virginia. So again, just depends on which version of the story you're reading or who's telling the tale. I'm just going to say it's still up for debate. So what did our friend pirate tour guide say? Same exact thing?
No, he didn't. He said that's one of them.
What was his take?
His take was that he found a grave in the Catholic Church. Somebody that knows him found a scan of a book that's an old book that talks about buried. There's someone listed in there. It's a Catholic church. Yeah. So a pirate couldn't have been buried in a Catholic church, so the judge must have said they weren't throwing out the charges. So I don't know.
Mary Reed dies 5 months later in April of 1721 from whatever pirates died from in a Jamaican jail. So use your imagination on that one. Most books will tell you that it was something, feverish. I'm going to say bullshit. Let's call it, something romantic like scurvy. We're talking pirates. So here's what I left out of your pieces of history, so you guys have something to work with all your communication devices. And again, I'm not going to assign questions. You guys all know what you're doing.
What?
Kill her.
Huh?
Kill her?
I said kill her.
Kill her. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I got a very clear, kill her.
Yeah.
Like a very.
You heard it too?
Yeah, I heard it too.
Well, we're not killing anybody. So have you seen anything weird at all on that thing? I know you and I haven't really had a chance to really chat.
No.
Communication pieces.
No, at some point I saw maybe a figure on a wall, but that could have just been anything.
Leaves are never your
No,
friend.
yeah, not leaves. Yeah.
Never your friend.
No, I think it was on a wall like that.
Okay.
I just saw a figure, but
Yeah, just get, even the foliage we have up there.
Yeah, that can be.
Trees, right,
yeah.
it's gonna come up
Yeah.
with something. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Can I hear? I'm gonna walk to over there in front side.
What are your parents' names? Her Bernard Jan.
Maybe.
What are the other questions?
Is the name Wyatt anything?
17, 18. Like, is that like a good date?
17, 18 is.
And I got 8, 8.
That goes on August 8th. Not 8, 8, but 8, 8.
17, 18? Or
It's not like 15.
What was
I
the
haven't
date
heard.
that you said before that?
17, 18?
17, 18.
Turn 8 again.
That August 8th like sounds familiar to me in some way. I just don't know how. I just gotta like jog my memory for a minute and kind of see what's going on. It just sounds really familiar.
Did Kate have something to do with like feeding people? Okay. Because it says feed them, so maybe she was.
That's nice. That's nice. Oh. That's nice. Oh.
Your parents' names.
Anything else crazy?
American.
Evil. I heard evil.
I just want to sit. I just want to sit.
Yeah.
Squat.
That's what I did too. What happens if you press one of those buttons? I heard Georgia.
I'm gonna try something. Sean is Sean.
Georgia.
Oh.
Oh.
Come on in, Finn.
What? Red Sox won.
I'm gonna give you guys a
Oh.
little bit of a taste of what we're doing at the next location, but we're gonna test a part of it here.
Okay.
Just because it's literally brand new for me. I've only been doing it for like a month now. But I've only done it one other time in this location. I'm just gonna try to see if we can get something else out of it. So you guys all watch the TV shows. Have you ever seen the Estes method be performed before?
Yes. I
Okay.
don't know what it is, but I've heard of it.
Okay. So in a nutshell, what the Estes method is at the next location, I'm going to take one person and I'm going to blindfold them and put noise canceling headphones over top of the spirit box, and they are not going to know the history of that location. So they are going to literally just be repeating back to us whatever they hear from that particular spirit box. But there's a new additive because that method has been, you know, I guess maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 years old at this point, and somebody actually twisted it up with some new technology. So obviously you guys have been hearing all the news about artificial intelligence, but we're going to be testing out a little piece of that with a new app, the same developers of the app that Caesar's using. So Ghost2 created an app called Seer. So basically what they did was they used AI in the magnetometer of your phone, and it'll generate a brand new image that has never been generated before using the magnetometer of your phone. So it is going to be, like we're going to test it here for about 5 minutes. So when I do the Estes method at the next location, that's always a 10-minute session because I don't like to go over 10 minutes with strangers, especially for people that have never done this before, because it can be very exhilarating. So with the Seer session, so who wants to be my volunteer to test this out?
Can you go with the next one? Or are we doing it again?
We are going to do it again.
Okay.
But I also want to make sure like the person kind of gets the preamble of it here, because they're also going to be that person that does it at the next location.
Oh, I want to do it.
So then have a seat, hand your camera over. So have you guys ever seen an AI image be generated before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes I do a demo with it if I have to. But go ahead and have a seat here. So in a nutshell, I'm going to set it up for you, and all you're going to do is you're just going to tell us the images that you're seeing in very simple terms.
Okay.
So obviously that's going to go to you. It is, yeah, I'm going to, don't have to get too excited yet. My phone's not in there.
Oh, I meant it's like one of those.
Yeah, take it off.
Oh, sorry.
You're okay. I got to set it up. I was just handing it to you so I could set up the phone.
She's furious. So I am very
You
excited.
are ready to go.
We used one of these, remember that day? We played that duck game.
Okay.
It was like a, you shoot ducks.
Talking about duck hunt, like back
Long
in our-
time ago.
Way back in the day.
And you're gonna see like a backdrop of black smoke. That's just to make sure you're not falling asleep with the black screen. But you're gonna literally tell us everything that's not black smoke.
No, I have no noise canceling headphones.
We're not doing that.
Oh, okay.
It's just the visual piece.
So 3.1.
3.1.
Oh, does that mean maximum using?
I just got conscious and worried.
And then I think it was it Mike?
Georgia.
Yeah, George.
Oh, I heard Georgia. Oh.
Sean, you getting EMS over here too?
Alright, I'm about to slide this in if you guys want to kind of gather around so she can describe what the images are.
Okay.
And that way she can tell us what she's seeing. Right here is your focal point, it's a little round point, and then at this thing that goes underneath where my fingers are, it will actually move it forward and backwards. So set up your visuals so we can see everything clearly. I'm going to time this for about 5 minutes.
Wait, so it's, how do I do it?
So that's, you gotta go further back. There you go. So you're literally just going to tell us the images that you're seeing.
Oh, I see like, oh, it went away.
Oh.
It sounds like a baby.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Well, we're going to be able to see the image when you're done, because I'm going to show everybody.
I could be wrong. To me, okay. Oh, I see something again. It's a dog. That's a dog in a graveyard. That's clearly like a tree and a bird. Like clearly a dog. Kind of looks like a basset.
Told you that dog piece. I told you I cannot make this stuff up.
The dog is like there's like two fences and a grave with a cross on top of it and a bird in a tree. It's very clear.
It's very broad.
Yeah. Oh, it's going away now.
They don't stay up long.
No.
And I've seen where I've done 10-minute sessions where we've only had one image.
There's something back. Oh, it's like it was creepy. It's a person like this. He's in like a cave. It's creepy. The face kind of moved. And what's almost looks like he's like locked in like one of those tight space caves. I don't know. Let's see if I can see his face. Like I can see the outline of his nose. Yeah, he's like in a cave.
Alexander, just get ready because you're going to be the person under the blindfold next.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
at the next location.
Okay. It's creepy.
Yeah, you won't be underneath this. You're going to be under an actual blindfold and noise canceling headphones listening to your spirit box.
Oh, okay.
That's what, 4 images already?
Yeah.
In like 2 minutes?
Oh, there's another one. The tree was like the dog and the tree was super.
We're going to hang on to that as we kind of go to the next location. So you guys want to see all these images
Yeah,
you just
you
saw?
should see it.
So come on in. I'll kind of go through them. The funny thing is you only have 3 images of them.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That was the guy.
No way.
Okay, that's nightmares. That's what's. I didn't see this clearly, but I saw that, and that's what I was talking about with the cave.
You guys seeing what's going on here?
What the?
Like if this doesn't look like a freaking pirate on an island somewhere, I don't
Well,
know
I
what
have a
does.
really bad fear of caves. I don't know if that means anything. Like getting
Wow, that's crazy.
Is the dog one there? Because that was super. Sorry, I'm like. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I love this stuff. There's the one that I saw. See? It's super clear.
That's a big dog.
It's like a bloodhound.
Bloodhound. Sorry, bloodhound.
I heard hunter.
But to me, the word, like anything dealing with dog here is about the phrase that she said to Jack.
Yeah.
Like, so.
You're a dog. I'm gonna die like a dog.
Right.
That's the baby.
Huh.
It looked like a baby to me. I
It
don't know.
kind of does. So, nope, that's definitely, that's like a baby, like hunched
It
over,
looks
lays
like
underneath them.
it looks like the lamb they put on like
Yeah, it
children grave
does.
things.
You're so right.
So,
But that person freaked me out. That's what I was talking about.
yeah, that's kind of, alright. So, let's go over the answers for Anne Bonny, and we're going to go do this in full blind mode, but we're going to take, obviously, you're not going to know the history, so you're going to sit on a bench with Alexandra, and you guys are going to become besties for 5 minutes while I give everybody else the history of that next space, and then we're going to come back and blindfold you guys for 10 minutes, and kind of see what we get out of it, and we'll call it a night. That's how this actually goes. So, let's go over those answers of Anne Bonny. Which, by the way, this is actually one of those, I give you guys that speeded warning at the top of our night. This is one of the spaces of why. So, about 1.5 years ago, in the month of September, I brought my group to the back, just like I always do, just to stay out of the other tour's way. And the kid next to me, and I say kid because he's like 21, 22 years old, he's starting to drop, like he's passing out, fainting on us. So I have to pick him up by his armpit so he doesn't hit his head on the ground. His boyfriend picks him up from the other side of him, and we bring him over to this wall, we sit him down, got him some water. He's then feeling better. I then told the story that I've already told you about Anne Bonny. Now, this used to be the last stop. I would tell everybody, go have some fun. It's your last hurrah, go play with your devices. These 2 guys pull me aside. Nick, we have to tell you, we are 2 transgender males. 2 females dressed like males, just like Anne and Mary in the story on the tour. This is the weird shit that I see, guys. This is the stuff that it makes sense, but it's still unexplainable.
Yeah.
So you have to take these things in stride for what they actually are. So let's cover those answers about Anne. But again, there's always a reason why I give you guys warnings about certain things. It's not just for the sake of like the scare factor. You can give that thing a break, dude.
Oh yeah. For the most part, stop. I just carry it like this.
Okay. I didn't know if you were trying to record. I'm like, yeah, we're walking for like 2 blocks. You can give your hands a break.
Whenever I go out with her, I carry a lot of things. So it's a habit. Wait till you're married. Oh boy.
When I'm blindfolding teenage girls in the middle of a dark park, it never looks good. So,
Oh man.
heard somebody. It's like a voice. You see a voice? Anything over there?
No.
I'm still freaked out by Jeep. That was
Oh, don't run into the curb.
And I swear I did not put the 2 teenage girls here just on purpose. Normally it's the 2 people with spirit boxes. So Mom, you're supposed to be one of those people because she jumped right in front of you. I volunteer as tribute. So this particular location, everybody talks about something a little bit different. Did you get numbers already?
Nope, 0.
Okay. We have gotten triple digits in here, just so you kind of have that idea. So same thing with you, Tim. We have gotten all the way up to a 167. Like during this session, and we're about to go through. When we go over there and try to talk to our ghost, through 2 young ladies sitting on the bench. Yeah, Caesar, you're going to be the one filming it the entire time, and going to be on nice slow motion so they can watch it later. I'm not going to tell them the history until they get their regular.
oh shoot. They made a shot.
No. So, the first time I came here, this is the new space. I don't know a whole lot about this guy, but here's what I do know. The first time I came in here, I only had 2 people. After Halloween is when I started researching the new space for the year. So it was cold in November, and I only had 2 folks. The lady using Spirit Box, she hears the name Henry, and the year 1828, very specific year. I'm using the digital word list, like what you have. I have the name Tim that shows up on mine. This bust is Henry Timrod, born in 1828. I wish I could make this shit up. So, I know, right? So here's what you need to know about him. He was a writer, and he was sick for the rest of his life. But being born in 1828, he's old enough to go fight in the Civil War. So he goes out to the battlefield. His comrades realize he's too sick to fight. They sent him home. They said, you know what, you're a writer. Go be the voice of the war. They wanted him to come home and tell people what was going on the battlefield. He came home and started writing poetry about what was going on out there, and he became known as the laureate of the Confederacy. So a few more years go by, he has a son. His son's name is Willie. He was born on Christmas Eve, and he dies 9 months later. So, a very tragic death for him and his wife, Kate, by the way. Her name is Katie, to be exact. So that's why when you had the name Kate show up earlier, I was kind of, we'll see if something else pops up a little too early. But anyway, his college friend realizes he's not publishing what he's supposed to be publishing. He said, go out to my cottage in the middle of Columbia, and you can have tranquility out there. He goes out there and writes his last words. His last words were, beholder of brief mortality. And then he coughs, and it lands on the page in a blood stain because he had tuberculosis. Yes, they do. And he dies right on the page.
Oh.
Yes. Here's the interesting thing about that blood stain. It looks like a man writing at his desk. Now, they show this page 1 day a year on Halloween only at the Charleston Library Society, and we call it the Blood Book. Now, you have to be a member of that society to be able to go see the page, but the internet is beautiful. I'm going to show you guys what the page looks like, and then we're going to go talk to Henry Timrod as if he's standing right in front of us. So again, there's going to be a few tips and tricks that I'm going to have to give the young ladies sitting there. So if you guys can pay attention to that, just to make sure, like, I'm keeping everything checked. I do not write anything down because I want to make sure, like, their breathing is okay and that kind of thing. This can be very exhilarating, especially if you've never done it before. So I have had to pull people out of this session.
Did he die in his room? His bedroom?
It wasn't his bedroom. It was his college friend's office.
So would you, because it says chamber.
I would consider that a chamber.
Okay. Yeah, it says chamber.
I do have that's the first bit I've gotten on that. Still something spelled out for us, and it's 4 letters. It's not a simple yes, red answer. That's interesting. Here is the blood. Definitely see the blood stain that looks like a man writing at his desk, and his last words of beholder of brief mortality. So definitely a good, creepy story for us to end with. So to me, this tells the whole story of this guy, right? Because he's a writer, beholder of brief mortality is person of short life. Like basically what it stands for. So again, to me, this tells the whole story. So, are we ready to go talk to Henry Timrod? Sure. All right, let's do this.
Was there any Jessica?
Old
steady. Get on the ground.
Land the family to tell you on your way back to your room if this was a legitimate thing or not. I'm always going to be honest with you. I have 3 ways to rank this: either unsuccessful, slightly successful, successful. So it's going to be based off the answers that you're giving us. So kind of keep that in mind. With what you're going to be listening to, you're literally going to be telling us everything you hear. And this is why.
She hears or I hear? She hears.
You're
I
only going to
see.
see. You're going to be able to hear our questions, but you have no idea in what way relevant they're going to be.
Okay.
So, Alexander, with this, I also want you to tell me the yes/no answers that you hear, because you don't know what I'm asking.
Okay.
I might ask, am I wearing a gray shirt? I'm expecting a yes.
Yeah.
So, if you're getting my point. So 2 taps that you're going to need to understand, Alexander, because you're going to be able to hear us. So you're going to hear when we're done. I'm only going to keep you guys under for 10 minutes. So in the event, something goes awry, because I'm going to keep an eye on your breathing to make sure you're not hyperventilating or anything like that. A family member will tap you on the leg. That means we're done. Take off your own headset and that kind of thing. In the event you're speaking too loud, a family member is going to tap you on the shoulder. I will never touch you. So you know, there's going to be a family member. So obviously you're filming, so I need a family member to be able to give those kind of when we're ready to do that.
Hi, Daddy.
So this kind of get the Batman mask now.
Whoa.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it.
I'm gonna take
I
it
was like, how does that? Oh, you're just like this way back.
So I do not write anything down at this point. I'm going to be focused on making sure you two are okay. Because again, if one thing goes wrong with one person, we're going to pull both of you. So same thing, obviously we're going to hear us, but you're going to be telling us everything you've seen in simpler format than what you did before. This is another reason why I wanted to kind of preempt you with that.
Got it.
It's even simpler. I see a dog in a graveyard. That's it.
Okay. And you'll see it later, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going to show everybody just like what we did.
Yeah.
Again. So with you, it is going to be blindfold first, then earbuds. Remember, once you put those earbuds in, you are not going to touch the volume. You want to make sure you're not cheating and listening to what I'm asking.
Okay.
Because I have proximity doing that in the past. And then as soon as you get the earbuds in, and we're going to, you're probably going to help out with my headphones, because she's going to be blindfolded and not be able to see it. Just whenever you start hearing things is when you're going to start talking, and that's when I start timing. You find right here. We're all going to huddle in nice and tight around her. I don't like the other tours to see I'm blindfolding. Not to mention stealing my ideas. This one goes top, and then use 1123.
I already see something.
What do you got?
Sunset. Or coffin with a sun.
Coffin with a sun. It's hard not to touch it because you want something to hold. Alexandra, can you hear us? Perfect. We are looking to speak with Henry Timrod. Can you tell us your occupation, please?
Brave one way. Always do.
You won't always tell me what your occupation is. Give us that exact word now. You can also show us something through the box on. I finally lost.
Laser. Here.
I think it's hard to secure these things.
I know, right? Here I can see exactly what you want us to see.
Oh. Location.
Henry, can you push forward and tell us your occupation, please? We want verification that you're here.
Darling.
Location and a palm tree. They, still there. Henry, you want to start talking about your family? That's a yes/no question.
Bridge.
If you want us to ask questions about your family, if you want
Lost.
to tell us about your family,
with the doorway. With you. One.
Where are you? If you're with us, where are you right now?
Needed. Isn't. Hell.
Not good.
I got hell earlier.
How long ago?
What is the rest?
Henry, tell us something about your son. Perhaps his birthday. Is it not a special day? Is it a specific,
Rising.
is it a specific holiday? I'll take just the number. You guys remember that was Christmas Eve. Sorry, I like the jog memory. So you guys know I'm not making this joke up. Henry, what was your son's birthday? Notice how quiet she got? I think we should move on to another topic. You want to talk about your wife, Henry?
Oh. Oh my gosh. It's a woman's face. There's two girls and a guy. It's very abstract. There's bats. There's two eyes watching over them.
Henry, who's in this picture?
Directions.
Hey, who's in the picture?
Love. There's a guy and a woman and a younger girl walking towards with two eyes with a face.
How did you meet your wife?
Three. There's three people.
How did you meet your wife? Is that who's in the picture?
Disease.
What disease?
Open.
I want to know how you met your wife. He was for school teacher, by the way. So we have gotten that. I've had a whole conversation about it and how he met his wife. Henry, how did you meet your wife? Henry? Do we have Henry here with us?
Four.
Nancy.
Yes.
Henry, what would you like us to know? Let's just throw the ball in your court. You tell us what you want us to know. Something we can verify that it's you that's actually you.
Sun.
What about your son?
Oh, it's. I don't even know what that is. It's multicolors. How looks like disease? Oh no, it's bicycles, flowers, maybe. It's changing a lot.
It makes sense. Henry, what about your son? We started to talk about him.
It looks like there's a face, a really scary face. Oh, it's a car. It's a hearse. That's a hearse.
Tell us what your son passed away.
Law.
Henry, I'm going to go off topic here and ask you what sound are we hearing right now?
One.
What sound are we hearing? It's showing up on it.
Five. Right now,
It won't generate when it's on there.
Oh, okay.
assuming.
Henry, what sound did you just hear from the church? It's been about 7 minutes since you've seen it. And so far unsuccessful on the listening portion side. Henry, are you here with us? That's a yes, no answer? Sorry, that's a notification.
Okay, I was like, what is that?
Yeah. I can feel it on my watch. That's how I knew it came through my phone. Henry, are you going to tell us anything tonight?
That's interesting.
What's that?
I don't know. Does her body change with it?
884.
People get very...
She's closed off.
I mean, she's been very antsy. I've watched her feet. Like, she just kind of like tapping on the bench. Henry, do we need to shut this down? She's getting a little flushed. Yeah, let's tap her out. Like, I can just see a little bit of color through it. Get that headset off on your Kira. That's not still going up. You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his son's name?
Son's name was Willie. Specifically Willie. Well, we tapped you out just a few minutes early. I just seen kind of like a little bit of wavering, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're passing out on us. So, how do you feel? Are you okay?
Yeah.
So, let's take a look at these images. I don't want either one of you getting up, because again, I don't need baby giraffes falling down on us. So let's kind of take a look at the images that she saw, because right now, at this point, your whole part of it is, I'm going to dub as unsuccessful. You said a couple of weird things that were vague, but not like where I'm pinpointing it. I'm going to be super interested in see how these images look, so that's obviously the sunset you saw.
Yeah.
So, again, you did say the word sun, but we just didn't know what it wasn't on the same time. There was our creeper guy from the cave.
This is the room.
So there's our old-timey bed, as she called it. So, I can definitely see where like, that would be. It almost looks like a crib, doesn't it?
It's also like
That's the face. That's the creepy face.
Hang on, we want to look at his crib. Let's go one at
Oh,
a
it's a
time.
crib?
It looks like a crib.
Could be a crib.
See that one?
Do you think it's a maybe?
And you're gonna have all these pictures come back to you, so you can like dissect them.
That's the face from the two people.
What?
That's what I saw. That was like, what is that? It freaked me out.
A Picasso. Or a Dali.
I was thinking Dolly. She's pregnant. And there was a suit in the back.
Yeah, I saw a man and the
That's kind of a
and then the girl
the
walking
weird.
forward.
With the back, like this is a weird image altogether.
That's what I thought.
Sorry, I didn't know if you saw it.
In the back.
Very weird. There's a lot of elements in there.
That's the hearse.
It's definitely a hearse.
That's cute.
Little
I
baby
couldn't tell what it
skull
was
back
at
there.
first. It like it became more clear as it went on. Yeah. That's the creepy face. It looked like a face for a while. Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's obviously a police.
Did you see anything on it?
I'm sorry.
Nothing that makes any sense.
Well, I have crime when about that, probably about this pulls up these ones right here. Crime, tool, to line, web, all came like that.
I almost wonder if that's
And then 7th was early, so I don't know if that number has to do with anything. But crime, tool, July, web.
The crime makes sense. So you guys remember when I told you I was putting a true crime murder mystery that's never been solved? It actually occurred a block from here.
Was it in July?
No, it was November 1st. The fact that we have this and the word crime is sort of at the same location.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
So these last four popped
I
like
never,
that.
I never saw that one.
Well, look at the star on the patch.
Oh.
He's kind of like a cartoon.
Yeah, mad.
It's just weird. And I will probably reverse the image because it does say the word police on it.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does, but backwards.
It is backwards. So I'm going to reverse it so that way it shows up in the right format for you. So this must have shown up as we were taking it off.
Yeah, I felt like something weird when that happened. I don't know.
Well, again, you were losing color from what we could see from here down, at least from my end, and I could see you waver a little bit. So it was just like, I don't take chances with this. I've had girls like hyperventilate under this, and I've had to literally like 5 minutes in, I got to get them out of there because again, they're hyperventilating and they're passing out. Like it's not a good thing. So completely unsuccessful on your end. Again, it's kind of a toss-up with the images that we're coming up on. again, the word crime is really the only thing that's tying it up for me on that piece. And of course, the hearse, when we were asking about his son, the son did die at the age of 9 months. So again, just kind of giving you an idea of what I look for, but you're going to get the whole story once you guys obviously get all of the data. So you guys got the point of why we kept them out of the loop, right? So that way they weren't influenced by anything. So that's normally how this goes. And normally I know in the TV shows, like they just, I'm going to go under the SS method, and they just throw everything on and sit down. I'm like, no, you already know the history. Like you shouldn't be biased towards anything. So that was the reason why we do it this way. We've gotten better results, but again, that's why I use the 3-tier system of successful, slightly, or non, or fully successful, because those are really what we've seen out, especially for the short amount of time. So at this point, any EMF readings, by the way, nothing at all. Then
I have EMF, I didn't get anything, but we got no at the very beginning. Yeah.
and they were actually commenting about how quiet the spirit box actually was as we entered. So it's almost kind of like, this guy's very hesitant with it. So some nights he wants to talk my ear off, and then other nights it's just weird. Like we get a very weird feeling about like, why are we even here? And then if there's other crowds here like this, he's definitely not talking. This is a very short, shy, very timid man, and just doesn't like to talk when other people are around. So I do get a better response when it's the smaller the group. I hate to say it that way, but I don't do any of this unless there's a minimum of 4 people out of you guys. So again, this is one of those pieces where doing it with 2 people, I'm not going to leave, the wife sitting here by herself when I take the husband and teach him history. That's no fun. But I'm going to start collecting gear. You guys didn't get any EMF readings, so there's no reason to send you all the way around looking for those triple digits. So again, if he doesn't want us here, we're going to move on and we're going to wrap up our night. So you guys can ask me a million questions. I'm going to stop your audio at this point.
Ooh, death.